Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 51. Today's date is June 29th, 2020, and I am DuDs, or Dudsverse is known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. So how's your week been this week, Duds?
Hectic? That's how I would put it. So outside of Minecraft, my grandparents came up from Florida.
Oh.
So they're moving back up here.
Ah.
They lived up here for a couple years and they moved back to Florida. But they're coming back up here again, so they're looking for a house. So it's been a lot of helping my grandparents try to pick a place out when they're not here, driving around looking at places and stuff.
Have they lived there before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they lived here for about 5 years at one point.
Okay, so they're familiar with the area.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but Minecraft-wise, a lot of prepping for Ripple 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my intro and outro music done.
Oh.
I figured out how I want to do my intros.
Nice.
So that was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, especially considering how simple I'm doing my intros this season. Like, I'm not doing any fancy 3D graphics like last season or anything like that. Mainly because Bank made my intro last season, and I can't do that stuff. But I also, halfway through last season, logo changed, or my colors changed.
Yeah.
I should say. So I was still using an old logo and old color scheme for an intro and stuff. The new way I have now is more versatile. If I want to change it up, I can. If I want to add different music, I can. It means a little bit more editing to do to start with, which stinks a little bit, but I like the versatility. I don't like being like the intro last season worked because I could just kind of throw it in there, and as soon as I hit the record button, I could start talking.
Yeah.
This intro is I got to hit the record button, wait like 10-15 seconds, and then go ahead and start talking. But I've been doing that on my own survival, so kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah, that's similar to how I do mine. Like, I like to put a little something in before the intro, and then, come in with the main show. You have like an idea in your head, and you just you gotta try to edit it on the film, and sometimes it can be difficult.
Yeah. The next thing is I'm wanting to I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna start trying to use the camera mod or replay mod. I've been meaning to use it for forever. I have a camera account, so I've never used it because I had the camera account.
Yeah.
Well, I'm finding when I use the camera, I kind of set it up somewhere and then forget about it. And then I'll come back an hour later going, great, you can't see half the stuff I built because I went to the other side of the building and recorded the same screen. I'm not very good at keeping my attention, so the replay mod seems like a great idea where I can just turn it on and build like I normally would build. And then when I'm done building, I can pull the footage up and edit it together and do something cool like that. So replay mod is going to get messed with this week.
Yeah, plus you can get that like panning of the camera across the screen. That always gives it a nice professional feel. That's what I liked about it.
There is one thing I need to talk about for the people who are using replay mod right now. Please stop spinning. I'm noticing that on like 3 or 4 videos I've watched this past week, that they'll get the replay mod out and it's nice and it's smooth, and then all of a sudden they kind of just start slowly turning and they keep turning, and then it speeds up a little bit, and then they flip it and it's still spinning around. And I'm just like, guys, I'm fighting motion sickness watching your video.
That's right.
You're supposed to be helping me not get motion sickness. And that was my weekend. This past weekend was fighting motion sickness. Basically, so Hermitcraft had a stream weekend, right?
Yeah.
And while I didn't play anything, what I would do is everyone basically was hunting for netherite, right?
Yeah.
So I would turn those streams on and I would full screen the thing. So it was like I was playing or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously I wasn't in control.
Yeah.
And I found that's what causes the motion sickness, right? Is whenever I feel like I'm losing control, like when my controller was turning left.
Yeah. That's
what was making me motion sick. So letting them play, not really understanding what's going on, and some of those guys, the internet, when items starts getting on the ground, gets really fuzzy, so the screen was getting really fuzzy and obviously would make me more motion sick. But I just sat there and I watched like 6 hours of this going, I'm not going to get sick.
Just took it.
And it seemed to work. I did have a headache at the end of it, but no motion sickness. So hopefully those are great signs for this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of just got to like beat it out of you, I guess, huh?
That's what they say online. Like, there's a couple things of medication you can take, and I'm not a fan of that. Unless I'm real sick, I don't want to take medication for no reason.
Yeah.
So, and everyone's just like, hey, you can change a couple settings, but other than that, you kind of got to fight through it. So I was like, all right, let's fight through it. Shouldn't be so hard. I didn't have motion sickness till literally 2 months ago playing this game. I don't know where it came from, but we're going to fix this right now.
Yeah, it's important to get it out of your system now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty close. We're pretty much at the finish line, or the starting gate, I guess you could say.
The starting line. Yeah, when you guys hear this, it'll be like 3 days before we start recording.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Just getting excited thinking about it.
I am too. Like, I've had so many cool ideas for my build this season that I'm like, I just want to build. It's going to be really hard being in Spawn Town, knowing it's like, I kind of want to get started on my build, but I need so many supplies for my build. I can't just go start on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, pace yourself, go to Spawn Town, build a starter house, get your supplies, then go.
Yeah, that actually brings me to what I did this week. I was having some ideas on my builds, but I haven't got it all down yet. I don't know where things are going to be, but I know what I'm going to build. But like the interiors, I have no idea. Some things, like I have some farms and farm ideas, but I have no idea what it's what's going to look like. And you want things to be kind of uniform. And this leads to last season when I built that mountain. I did not plan on building down all those farms below it. All my farms were supposed to be inside the mountain, not in the ocean. But plans changed. Like, I had the idea, it struck me, while I was digging out the monument, and I'm like, let's just build it down, build something cool on the inside. And that's what I plan on doing. Just kind of, once I get everything in place, I can start designing, start building.
I'm the exact same way. I've already explored a little bit of it. Basically, I'm building mountains. Nowhere near the size your Prismarine mountain was. Not that big. We're probably 2/3 the size of that one.
Okay.
But it's going to be multiple mountains. And really, other than the storage room, I don't have any design ideas I want to do. It's kind of like, get these mountains built and then see how you want to do it. I do know I want to take it a little easy on the farms this season. I don't think I was extravagant last season, but I do want to be like, hey, this is a real server friendly farm, or if it's not a real server friendly farm, I'm gonna build it either out in the end or something, so I don't have to worry about people getting messed up or anything like that.
Especially, I mean, it being your base too, you don't want to feel the lag,
right?
You need to make things good for you also, because we are recording.
I have a very nice computer. And last season, getting over 100 frames was really hard, which I couldn't understand because I have a really nice computer. So
But I'm on the server.
When you were on last season, I honestly didn't have much trouble. Now, going to your base when your farms were on was a little bad, but you didn't have your farms running all the time. You kind of had it down to, my stock is full, there's no point in running this, turn it off.
Yeah, that thing is like, once 1.14 came and broke everything, I was like, screw it. They broken. I already have everything I got. Like,
okay, so you didn't have an on-off switch. Minecraft broke your farms and you just said, I'm too lazy to fix it.
Yes, exactly what happened. I fixed one. No, I fixed two of them, and they broke again. I was like, well, I got enough kelp. I got enough pumpkins. And even the villagers, how they throw their crops at each other, they can no longer. There's another design I used, but it wasn't working. And for 114, I was like, well, I got all the emeralds I needed at the time. I had all the vegetable or carrots and potatoes I needed. One thing that was working was my sugarcane farm, my bamboo farm. But my Guardian farm was toggleable. I could turn that on and off.
Yeah, that was the heavy duty one, so.
Yeah, and that was off most of the time.
I found my kelp farm really did well last season. Like, it was always full. I think I have 3 or 4 shulker boxes hidden around my base. Like, if you guys download the world and you go to my base, I've probably hidden kelp blocks in random places just because I didn't have anywhere to store them. So there's that. But the sweeping arm bamboo farm, I will never do another sweeping arm farm again.
Yeah, I remember you had trouble.
It broke at least twice an episode, and then I remember going, I'm not fixing it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm done.
I remember you were doing it on stream, trying to fix it, and by the time you ended the stream, it wasn't fixed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I found out it's if you leave the area when it decides to run, that's what breaks it. So it's just like, that's what I'm fixing next season. I had a lot of things that would break when you leave the area, like my storage, automated storage room thingamajig, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
While it was awesome, it would break if you left. So and it took about 30 minutes because I'd throw like full shulker boxes in there. So if I throw stuff in there and then I was waiting 30 minutes and maybe the server restarted or I lost power at my house, something like that, it would break that storage center. And it's just like, well, it's not hard to fix now that I know how to fix it. It's just like, I don't want to have to deal with that next season. I do want an automated storage system. I'm going to be talking to Cass and seeing if his breaks if you leave the area or not. Because that's something cool.
Yeah, definitely different.
Definitely different.
You hope it's like server friendly, you know?
I think it will be with the amount of minecarts it's using, which is why I get worried. Minecarts running when you leave the area used to break a lot.
I was going to ask about that, if that was an issue anymore.
I don't think it is an issue anymore. But that's why I want to talk to Cass and see how his works. And he's constantly tweaking that design.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have a chance, Cass was on with YDYT a couple episodes ago, Mazuma Games.
Mm-hmm.
Go give it a look. Awesome builder. Definitely go give YDYT a look too. Awesome people.
Yeah, they know the redstone.
Mm-hmm. Friends of the show.
Yes. But yeah, besides us going a little off topic, that's about it for my week. I really haven't done much. It's been so hot lately.
Mm-hmm.
I really haven't left much, and I'm trying to save Minecraft for Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be a late night Saturday night, and then we got stuff to do Sunday. I'm glad that's later.
Yeah.
I guess for everyone who's listening, if you're a Patreon, we're moving Monday's recording at 7 p.m. to Sunday at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm. We'll try to be there on time because we'll be playing Minecraft.
Obviously, with the notes you guys are seeing in Discord, you know why, but we'll leave it at that.
Yep. So
should we go ahead and get into the news?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we got 116.1 that has come out after 116. Obviously, the Nether update has released. I don't know if we talked about this last episode. I want to bet that it's going to get me a diamond block. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if we talked about this because I think we had Logic on last episode, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's been so long. We've been so busy with podcast stuff this last couple weeks.
Or no, we had Carl on last episode.
Carl was on because it was his birthday episode. That's right.
Yep.
We had Logic before that. But yeah, so I won that bet.
Yeah.
just gonna keep saying it.
Yeah. And now, right at the beginning of the season, if I were to mine any diamonds, the first 9, it's got to be a diamond block, goes to DuDs.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how long it takes me to get diamonds. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe I don't need diamonds right away, DuDs.
Well, I mean, that's not going to stop me from going to get diamonds. I planned anyways, whenever you give that diamond block to me, I wasn't going to spend it for diamonds. I was going to name it and hanging up on a wall somewhere.
That's probably what I'd have done if I'd have won.
Right?
Why would you spend this? That's way too good
Yeah.
to rub in someone's face, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, just think about it. We made this bet in March.
Mm-hmm.
Months in advance, and I was only off 11 days.
Yeah, I was only off a month and 11 days. Not too bad.
That's true.
Not too bad.
No. Yeah, you were a month and 11 days. I forgot you said the same day as me.
Yeah, a month before. Kind of thought it was coming out.
Yeah, anyway, so Nether update's out. Everything worked pretty well except for Realms. Realms had some bugs, so 116.1 has come to fix those bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think all's good now. I'm not hearing any more chatter about Realms being broke. I'm seeing some people who do YouTube videos on Realms, and everything's working okay for them, so it looks like that's fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a little surprise attack.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
I say surprise attack because I don't think it meant to get leaked, but it did. And we're getting Piglin Brutes. Now, they're not saying what update exactly the Piglin Brutes are coming in. They have said it's a dot update. So it'll be a 116 something update. It may be 2, it may be 5. It's Mojang. They'll put it out when they feel it's ready, but they are coming. I think they're already in Bedrock betas. So
yeah,
Bedrock, you get to try out the Brutes. Now, Brutes are versions of Piglins. They don't really care about gold, which is very weird. They are not distracted by your gold armor. They are not distracted by that gold you throw on the ground. Mm-hmm. They will attack you if they see you. They have an arm shield, which doesn't show any kind of animation, but it does increase the Brute's health, so they are tougher than normal Piglins, and they still turn into zombie Piglins in the overworld. Now, my thoughts on the Brutes, I don't really like them. It could be because I'm not playing with them right now. I haven't visited a Bastion yet, because we're saving visiting the Nether till Ripple starts up again. Mm-hmm. But to me, from what I'm watching, Bastions alone seem kind of hard. Like, if you're not in there with a group of people, like, there's a chance you're gonna die anyways. Mm-hmm. Just because of hoglins.
Yeah. So
now you have a Brute who doesn't care if you're looking through a chest or mining gold. They're just gonna attack you anyways.
Yep.
It depends on how many there are. If there's as many Brutes as there are Piglins, it's like, yeah, that's too much. If there's 1 or 2, maybe it's not so bad. And from what I'm reading online, I think it was a friend of the show, kingbdogz, who tweeted out that the object is to try to sneak around them. I'm already going to be doing a lot of sneaking, placing hoppers underneath chests.
Yeah.
So I can steal the loot out of it. But I don't know, maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking, because obviously we haven't played it yet. We don't know how that whole area feels. Maybe it is too easy, and there is a need for a Brute to be put in there. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the Brutes, Jimbo?
Well, I don't mind them too much. Like you said, it depends on like where they're going to be. Apparently, they're there to guard the chests, so I guess you would have to sneak around them. When I went in and snuck in without them, I'd walk right past everyone with my gold and armor, and
snazzy Jimbo.
I was nervous. Yep, I did a little strut as I walked by, and I put up blocks around me just because I heard, hey, they're going to attack you now, even if they don't see you when you break this chest. And usually if I raid something, I'm breaking the chest. I'm taking the chest too and everything in it if I have the inventory space. So I go over and I break the chest, and I'm listening for piglins to get mad at me. None of them got mad. I'm like, maybe I'm far enough away from them. I don't know what the issue was, but they were supposed to get mad as soon as I broke that chest. None of them did. And even when I found gold and mined it, and they still didn't get aggro with me. Even though I couldn't see them, they still should have, because I'm in the area, they should have got aggro. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe this Brute is, I don't know, supposed to be what they were supposed to be. Yeah, they're definitely not going to care about the gold and stuff, and they're going to, you don't have to break the chest for them to get mad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of, I have mixed feelings about it, because like you said, it was difficult for me to get through the Nether and, live through the Bastions. There are hoglins that are very dangerous too. So it's already a challenge, and then you just upped it with the Brutes. They look really cool. I like the way they look and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to play it and see how it is, see how tough they really are. I'm not saying I'm the toughest. I'm sure I'll die quite a few times from them, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely a wait and see game for us. It stinks that we're having to wait so long to jump into this new update, but I think it's going to be worth it, seeing how everyone else is reacting to the Nether, and then we're jumping into the season this weekend. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, the fact that we never really got to see the Brutes in action. No one's got to play with them yet, really. So we really don't know what to expect, just speculation.
Other than that, you have some Minecraft dungeon news.
Yeah, some news came out about the dungeons. I don't know if that was today or yesterday. Really not too sure. But July 1st, Minecraft Dungeons will be releasing its first DLC pack called Jungle Awakens. Pretty cool. Mojang's Sophia Dankes quoted, "Get ready to battle new mobs such as the Leap, Leaf, and Whisperer before ultimately saving the day by defeating the Jungle Abomination. Also get new weapons, armor, artifacts at your disposal." And they also added 3 new missions and new balancing changes. So that should be pretty interesting.
Still haven't played the full release.
Yeah, I'm curious if those like balancing changes goes into the game itself, not just the DLC pack. Yeah,
I bet it's gonna be the full game, but it'll be in the update where the DLC gets put out.
Yeah.
So I bet July 1st the entire game is gonna have some kind of crazy update to download. You'll also be able to get your DLC at the same time.
I was looking for pictures because it said, new mobs. I'm like, ooh, let's check out these new mobs.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any. I found a picture of a panda, so there's pandas in there. But besides that, I couldn't find any weapons or any of the mobs. I didn't see any pictures of it yet. So I guess that's you gotta download it to see it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe by this time you're listening, you'll get to see it. If we do get pictures, we'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah. But other than that, that's kind of it for the news, isn't it?
Yep. That's all I got.
All right, so we're going to move on to listener comments by RebelJC. This is kind of a big one. He's talking about kingbdogz in a tweet he tweeted out earlier this week. He's saying, kingbdogz brought up a good question on Twitter. What do you think Minecraft will be like in 10 years in an ideal world? What do you say, Jimbo? We'll answer the second part of that question next.
Oh, okay. I'd like to see... I mean, of course, they're going to keep adding things, and I love the direction they always take. But the ambience in the Nether, I cannot get enough of that. And I wish, or I hope, they spread that throughout the whole game. Like, everywhere in the game. Every biome has a different feel. The end, eventually, in the end, we'll have biomes. We could have dimensions inside dimensions. I mean, sky's the limit in a game like this, especially with 10 years.
Well, 256 is the limit. Come on, that was a good joke.
I didn't... What was it?
256 is the limit. Build limit.
Ah.
You said sky's the limit, so I said 256 is the actual limit.
Okay.
Come on, Jimbo. Ruined a good joke.
That wasn't bad. I give you that. I'm like, what's 256? Then I realized I did say sky's the limit. Hey, maybe it won't be in 10 years. Maybe the limit will be at 2056.
You never know.
Which, what are you thinking?
Well, I want to ask you one thing. Do you think it'll be Minecraft 2 in 10 years?
Ooh. I'm really curious now. I don't know. I don't think. You know what? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're just going to improve on this one. If there is a Minecraft 2, it won't be Minecraft 2. It'll be like a separate game, maybe. But I don't know. I don't think there will be. I think I'll just keep adding to it.
I agree with you. I think the only way we'll get a Minecraft 2 is if they finally decide to stop doing Java and make everything C++. I think that's the only time they'll do a Minecraft 2. But I don't think they're going to do that at all. I think they're going to stay with Java. I think we're going to keep getting constant updates. I can't imagine what Minecraft will look like in 10 years. I kind of have a feeling there will be another transportation update, and we'll get like actual boats that can move, not these little tiny 2-seater paddle things. We'll get like, you can build a boat and it will drive through the oceans.
Yeah.
I think we'll be getting those kinds of things. I think we'll have...
Then you'd be a real pirate.
Right? Yar, me haties.
That'd be awesome. You said better redstone?
I think we'll get better redstone. I shouldn't say better redstone. I think we'll get more redstone, more complex components.
Yeah, okay.
I hope we'd get a better storage system.
Yeah.
And I don't mean a redstone chest storage system. I mean inventory storage system.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, inventory.
But yeah, I kind of see Minecraft there. We're going to have... Every biome is going to feel like the Nether update. The end is going to be like the Nether. The overworld is going to be more fleshed out like the Nether. We'll have the cave update. We'll probably have a better ocean update again. Even though we just got one. This is 10 years now. So 9 years from now, ocean update dose.
Yeah. Yeah, especially in 10 years.
Obviously, we'll have red dragons. Obviously.
Yeah, hopefully they're red.
They're red. Everyone on Discord was like, yeah, what if they're not red? It's like, oh.
You finally get your dragons and they're blue. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't stop laughing.
I don't think I would complain if they were blue.
Yeah.
I would just change my texture pack.
There you go.
That's kind of where I see Minecraft. I don't see it too different from what we're getting now. I think Mojang's on a great path, and I see them sticking to this path. And I don't think there will be many updates people complain about. I think it's going to be a really good experience.
And it's the best game because of that. You know, they haven't gone overboard or whatever. Now, I could see maybe some textures changing like they did for 1.14. You know, maybe up it a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. I don't mind the way it looks now. I mean, it looks great, but I could see them doing another texture change also, make it look a little better. Yeah,
I could see 3D models getting played with just a little bit more. I'm not talking all out crazy, but maybe flowers start to get a little bit of a 3D texture instead of this like crosshatch texture we get now.
Or how we have the ability to make our own dimensions. Maybe we'll have the ability later on to make our own mob. That'd be neat.
That's true too. Could you imagine crafting your own mob?
You could make a red dragon, Duds. Bam.
I'm telling you.
That'd be cool.
Oh man, Minecraft in 10 years sounds so exciting.
Yeah, we could be way off, but yeah, this is what's in our minds.
This is what's in our minds. We kind of answered the second question, or at least I have. What about you, Jimbo? Do you think updates are going to end one day, or are they going to be part of the experience forever?
Oh, I don't ever see them stopping. There's always something that could be added, I feel like.
I agree. Because, let's face it, Mojang's already proven that they're willing to go back and upgrade something they've already touched upon before. And I think that's why it's awesome. They already did another update, if you guys remember back a little ways. What was it? The Frostburn update? It wasn't a big, crazy update, but it was still another update. And they just basically said, you know what? We're going to go bigger and badder this time. Look what I can do. Nailed it.
Oh, yeah. They definitely nailed it. They've been doing a really good job with these updates.
So who says in 7 years' time they look back at the Nether and you go, you know what? We can do it better now that Bedrock limits 356 instead of 256.
And we need to save this episode because if we're still running in 10 years, possible, we can come back and see what we expected and what the reality is. That should be funny.
I don't think so. As much as I would love the show to be on the air in 10 years, I kind of doubt it'll be on the air in 10 years.
We might have our own TV show by then, huh?
Nah? Yeah, I kind of doubt it too.
I don't mind doing it like this.
Yeah, those were some questions from RebelJC, but also kingbdogz. So thank you guys.
Yep.
Gave us something to talk about.
And anyone in the Discord can bring us up and share their opinion. That'd be cool.
Definitely cool. But speaking of Discord, let's transition into this week's Discord ad from the one and only Void Frogs. So take it away, guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Q Magnet, and I'm Stiflerd from the Void Frogs.
You're reading it word for word.
Yeah, that's what
that's what it says. You said my line, and they said...
I'm just reading the lines here, okay? Let's...
Hey, we'll be joining DuDs, Jimbo, and Carl next week's show.
That was my line. That was
your line?
We'll be joining DuDs, Jimbo, and Carl on next week's show.
They didn't give us who was saying what in the script.
I thought it was implied.
Well, listen, there's something about a Discord here. There's a link in the show notes. Where do they hide those?
I don't know. That's a good question. But look in the show notes for the Withering Effect Discord. Apparently...
You can submit your questions.
Yeah. For what? For us to answer.
For us to answer. Get your questions in by Saturday, July 4th. America.
Wait, you're Canadian. What is that?
I just love everybody, okay?
Is that right?
Yeah.
You have to start saying Z now.
No, never.
You have to start saying Z. That's the rule. Join us.
No, gonna do it. Best questions will be answered on the show.
That's right. Questions. Get your questions in by Saturday, July 4th. The Withering Effect Discord. Link in the description.
I already said that. They
I'm
know
just
that.
saying it again. They're probably confused because you're
Fine.
Canadian. Oh, Canada. Anyway.
You want to swap?
Yeah, we could. I'll go with the Zeds for a while. Anyway, see you guys then.
All right, thanks, guys. That was awesome. And like they were talking about earlier, you guys will be able to hear them next week on the show. So if you got questions, submit them into, I think it's guest questions. Anyways, we ask you guys to vote on Discord. Which of the following blocks Jimbo and I shall discuss this week? Your choices were barrel, paintings, and a crafting table.
And the winner this week, a block of the week, is paintings. Congratulations, paintings. I always seem to congratulate the winner when it's just a block.
Paintings are blocks. Just saying.
They're placed and they're picked up just like a block. Votes this week, the barrel had 8 votes. Painting with 33 votes. Might be the most we've ever had.
Wow.
Crafting table was 6. So it was a landslide.
Probably because paintings have not been touched in the longest out of all 3 of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting story about the paintings. Decoy sent me a video. I'll get into it a little bit, but I want to share some things about the paintings. They are crafted with any color wool and 8 sticks. They're mined with anything, with your hand, really. But you can also break the block it's placed on. You can trade for paintings from master level shepherd villagers at 3 paintings for 2 emeralds. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. There are 26 paintings in the game altogether. 7 are 1x1. 2 of them are 1x2. 5 of them 2x1. 6 of them are 2x2. 1 of them is 4x2. 2 of them are 4x3, and 3 of them are 4x4. A lot of numbers just threw at you.
Yeah.
If you're able to keep up with that, way to go. Players and mobs are able to walk through paintings as long as the block supporting the painting allowed it. Paintings are non-flammable, and they generate randomly when you place them. So it could be any painting when you place it. Depends on how much room you have on your wall.
Yeah.
You can actually rig it up to give you certain sizes.
Yeah, we're going to fix that.
Okay, what do you got?
All right. So, Omni, as soon as the block of the week went up, when I saw paintings, because I see these maybe a couple hours before everyone else does, because Carl messages me and you in the chat, like, hey, these are the blocks of the week. You good with it? And we'll give him a thumbs up. As soon as I saw paintings, I went, you know what? The color dye you use to create the painting is going to determine what painting you create. And Omni mentioned that in his upgrade too, so I'm going to give him some credit for it. But now I'm realizing there's 26 paintings in the game and only 16 dyes.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got 10 extra ones. So it might be that the dye you use determines the group of paintings. So maybe you'll get 2 different paintings you can choose from, and then you can definitely use the size trick to give you the painting you want.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole sizing thing can be annoying.
Yeah, not a huge fix now that I'm thinking about it. The other thing is, I want to be able to lock a painting. So if you finally get the painting you want randomly up there, you should be able to lock it kind of like you can do a map in a cartography table.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would go about doing that, because as soon as you take the painting off the wall, it just goes back into a painting entity, or an item, I should say, instead of entity.
They stack with each other.
Yeah, so maybe there's a easel table, I would say. Another interactive table. If we can have smithing table do one thing, then we should have an easel table where you can take a painting, click on a painting you want, put a piece of glass on there, and it locks that one item as that one painting for forever.
Yeah.
So if you're doing custom textures and you have custom paintings and you really want this painting, now you don't have to worry about scrolling through and trying to come up with that one painting all the time.
Yeah, I like that. Now, playing off of your easel idea, I had a little idea for the painting.
Okay.
For one, I'd like to see more paintings, maybe different paintings. And I was thinking maybe if you did have an easel, and you place it down in your world, you could somehow screenshot a part of the world to put it in a painting. You know, maybe get your size painting first, and then you screenshot whatever painting you want to make. Maybe you have your build you want to put up on the wall. It's just like in real life. Like if you want to take a painting of a scenery, or maybe you have something on a shelf you want to take a picture of, like a still painting. You know, or maybe me and you want to take a picture together, you know, we could put it up on the wall. I thought that'd be a pretty cool addition.
That would be kind of cool. I'm not sure how you would do it, but it's definitely something I would like to have. Because as of right now, the only way to really get custom paintings are to change your texture pack, or you do the custom map, which takes a lot of effort. So people who make custom maps, GG, that's a lot of work. I know we're planning on doing some custom maps next season, so yeah.
Yeah, if we could do that with a painting or an easel, you know, we wouldn't have to. But
this is true.
Kind of have to.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same paintings, you know, we put them up all the time, and you know, and some just don't fit, you know, and
that was one thing I forgot about. Is I wanted more Minecraft style paintings.
Yeah.
I know these paintings are based on real paintings and such, except for the Wither painting.
Yes, it's a fact.
It's a fact. Trust us, we know. We've been tested.
I watched a video, so I know it.
We answered a trivia question on it and got it right. So,
yeah,
just saying.
That too.
But yeah, I would like better paintings. I want more Minecraft related paintings. Mm-hmm. And I get they kind of have some special meaning in the game, but things change.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds mean, but how often do you see people using paintings?
Yeah, right. That's what was one of the things, like one of the reasons why I like to get more, you know, custom paintings. Mm-hmm. So I'd have more usable paintings.
But go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to say, from that video I watched, the guy who actually made those paintings, so a real person made those paintings, and they kind of pixelated it, was either, I just watched it, it's either Notch's cousin or brother. So it's a interesting fun fact, except for, like you said, the Wither painting.
One, since Notch really has no ties to the game anymore, I still think I'd be fine changing the paintings.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they'll keep some around, but I could see a nice little painting update.
As of right now, my only favorite painting that I use is the 2x1 with the creeper face kind of poking through a window.
Okay, I like that one.
And that's just because whenever it's playing Minecraft early, my roommate and my friend Caleb, they would do 2x1 windows or 1x2 windows. So the painting would fit perfectly in a window seal. Mm-hmm. Just a creeper staring through them all the time. But
okay, I see now. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice they have all those different sizes, because sometimes your dimensions on your build really, you know, affect that.
Yeah, the range of sizes is awesome.
Yeah, the fact that there's 26 of them, you know, you have a little bit of variety. You know, I mean, the game is expanding, you know, so I guess a little more would be pretty cool.
The same paintings for what, 5 years now?
Yeah.
I think it's been way over that. It's like 7 or 8 now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But
my favorite painting is probably the two ninjas. I always seem to when I make a house, I like to have a TV, and I always have my action movie on.
Double ninjas.
Every time. I remember I came to my house one day, and the painting changed. And I'm like, what is going on? I had my show on. I think YDYT came over and changed the channel. Yeah, just messing around. I don't know how it changed, but yes.
Yeah.
Maybe someone knocked it down and put it back, and it was the wrong channel.
It sat on the remote that was left on the couch.
Yeah, maybe it sat on the remote. Many possibilities.
If you build a TV and you put double ninjas on the TV, I'm stealing the painting and I'm going, double ninjas is canceled.
What's funny is I was looking at the paintings that they make, all 26 of them. Only the ninja painting is 4x2. There's only one. I don't know how it got changed. I can't even remember what picture it got changed to, but it wasn't my ninja show.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's the only one of that size, 4x2.
But we're getting kind of late. Should we go into our, little bit of a main topic?
Yeah.
So we had a hard time coming up with what we considered a really good topic for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of done 116 to death. Last episode was real nice to have a birthday episode, but we're going to hit 116 at least one more time. I mean, we're going to hit it again once we get to finally play in it.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get to play in it, what's one thing we would change in 116? Now, it could be 116 is missing this certain bit, or this is in 116 and you're just like, this kind of feature stinks. Maybe doing this would have been better. And I will give you a runner-up. You're allowed to have one runner-up. So you kind of get two things you would change in 116.
I don't have a runner-up, so if you want to go...
My runner-up?
Yeah. What's your runner-up?
My runner-up is probably Carl's number one. Blackstone.
Blackstone?
I loved the fact that we got a new block generation with all the different styles and block features and all that stuff. But the texture's really noisy up close. In videos and stuff, it looks great. In pictures, it looks beautiful. Playing with it, I was just like, I don't like this block. You guys can't see, but I looked at my hand and gave it a really weird face.
Yeah,
It's just too noisy. I was kind of looking for more of an andesite style block, but it's really just kind of a black diorite. So I'm not a fan of it.
It's weird you say that because I was a big fan of it. Now, saying that, I've never got to play with it. I just saw what was on the screen. So you could be onto something. I've never got to play with it. I saw you trying to, come up with something with it. Apparently it didn't look right, huh?
No.
Man.
I would rather have smooth stone, slabs, and stairs. I'd rather have that version than this blackstone. I think smooth stone is kind of a missed opportunity not having all the different variants, and I would rather have that than blackstone. As crazy as it is, because we have so many gray blocks and not that many black blocks, I'd rather have more gray blocks. Maybe I'm weird. You guys can let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I would have to disagree. I love the blackstone. I do like the idea of having, the smooth stone stairs, slabs. Good point on why that's not a thing. But I would take the blackstone over that. I think just, there's just so many different variations of it. And they might tweak it a little bit. As of right now, I don't mind it. Like I said, I never get to play with it. But that's interesting. That's one of your things.
Yeah. I wouldn't have said it until I actually tried to build with it the other week. And I went, this doesn't look like the pictures.
Yeah, see, when I saw it, I played in the nether, and there it was. It wasn't in part of a build. There's the bastions, and it looked okay there. Most of them are brick, the blackstone brick. But besides that, you're right, I haven't really saw it in a build type.
The brick version is definitely the better version of blackstone. I will say that.
Okay.
But when you get to like polished blackstone, you're just like, yeah, this is a black diorite. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm not too, I don't know, I'm not big on diorite, but I don't hate diorite. I couldn't find the word there. I actually use it. But
I think I'm softening to it. I don't hate diorite. I've seen it being BOO is definitely the proponent that's pushed me into.
Oh yeah.
I don't hate diorite. I don't like diorite, but it does have its specific uses.
Yeah.
Kind of like glazed terracotta. I no longer hate glazed terracotta, but it has specific uses, and that's kind of it. Don't build your entire building out of diorite and glazed terracotta.
Bad idea.
They're definitely accent blocks.
Yeah. It takes a little finesse to use something like that. Definitely. So we'll head into my change or my. Yeah, but mine isn't so much of a change. I feel like it's missing something, and that is a boss.
Okay.
Now some may argue that the Wither is the Nether boss. I don't necessarily seeing him as the boss of the Nether because you never fight him in the Nether. What are you, crazy? I mean, if you're going to fight him in the Nether, it's going to be on the roof suffocating him. That's the only place you fight the Wither. Maybe on top of the roof, but yeah. Besides that, I don't feel like there's any boss. Now, some may say, hey, Jimbo, it's way too dangerous to put a boss level of that size. But I feel like there's so much empty lava. I feel like there should be a lava monster. Even, funny, Omni mentioned a lava walrus. I wouldn't mind seeing a boss lava walrus, to be honest. Any kind of lava monster, really. I haven't really thought about what kind, but yeah, I think we're missing a boss.
Yeah, you mean I get to poke a pantsless walrus with a sharp stick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. Totally sounds wrong. Don't take that out of context. Yeah, I see both ways. I see where a wither counts as another boss, but I also see the fact that hardly anybody fights the wither in the nether, so it's not really... I would still consider it another boss. Granted, you will never see me fight the wither in the nether. That's crazy. So, yeah, I definitely see it both ways. And a lava boss sounds cool.
Yes. Also dangerous.
I was going to say it sounds dangerous. It would make Strider racing really hard. But yeah, I don't know. As of right now, to me, the nether boss, other than withers, would be wither skeletons or ghast. Probably ghast. Ghast are like the creepers of the nether.
Yeah.
They're the most iconic things there. But even then, ghast are pretty easy to beat nowadays. Once you've figured out you can punch fireballs back at them.
If you could farm a mob, I don't see it as a boss. And you can do that with ghast, you can do that with withers, you can do that with those type of things. You can't farm a dragon, can you?
Yeah,
I think you can. I mean, there's ways to do that.
I think we've had a guest on that's been able to farm one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Actually, just a dragon. Possibly. I mean, you definitely need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. You want a boss fight to be a boss fight and to feel like a boss fight. Not something that you can say, hey, how can I exploit this mechanic for items?
Yeah. Might be another way to get netherite.
This is true. My one official change to 116 is I felt there weren't enough ambient mobs. And I know people kind of hear ambient mobs, scuff. That's the thing when they point their nose up at you and just huff. The nether is so dangerous, and really other than striders, which I don't consider really ambient mobs. They're there, you can use them, but they're kind of located at a specific spot. You're just not randomly going to come across them. You kind of know, hey, I'm near lava, I might run into a strider or something like that. And I honestly didn't really think about this until today. I was scrolling through the Minecraft Reddit, and man, I wish I could remember this guy's name. Hang on. I know I sent it in the group chat, and I want to make sure they get their credit. Airy33. AARY33. They made a passive ambient mob for the nether, and it's pretty much this ghost that comes out of soul sand.
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm not so sure about like the fighting it mechanic thing, but just to kind of randomly have a ghost come out of the sand. Now, I know you get little ghost particles if you have the soul sand walking boots or whatever. I'm not talking about like that. I'm having like a full-fledged ghost coming out of the ground. Something like that.
Yeah.
The nether is such a creepy place, but it's also such a dangerous place. So to have an ambient mob that's super creepy but doesn't really hurt you, the only thing it can do is scare you into hurting you. I really think that's kind of cool. And I am the biggest wuss in the world. I will not watch scary movies. So the fact that I'm saying, hey, I want to be scared in the nether should tell you, this is probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's scary already, but I love that idea. A ghost coming out of the soul sand. I'm thinking maybe soul sand. The soul soil don't have like the faces in it, but maybe you're running across soul sand with your speed boots. What is it? Soul speed boots. And that is able to kick up a spirit, that just kind of floats around. I don't know what they would look like, but yeah, I love that idea.
I'll try to remember to put these links in the show notes for Carl.
Yeah.
The thing is, they have it where you could like attack them and kind of hit them and make them go away. And I don't think I'd want that. I think I'd want them to come out of the ground, maybe hover 2-3 blocks in the air, and just kind of stay there for 5 seconds and then go away.
Yeah.
Maybe they need kind of a larger spawning platform. So maybe they need a 4-block space, and it has to be 5 blocks tall, uninterrupted, for them to be able to spawn.
Okay.
And definitely should feel more like a particle one, because we don't want to create more lag for no reason. And I think Mojang's kind of figured out the particles not causing that much lag now, especially in the nether with all the what I call falling dust and ash now.
Yeah, I'm thinking because it's soul sand, maybe it's like a ghost wither, maybe a little bit smaller, something like that.
Maybe.
Because that's what you use to make the wither.
Maybe it just comes out as ghost form of other mobs.
Ooh.
So you'd be like, man, what is this sheep doing here? Oh, it's a ghost, and it goes away. And you're walking around, and you're like, man, what is this turtle doing here? Oh, there it goes. Bye-bye. And then you're walking around, and then there's a gassed ghost that comes out, and you're like, oh, crap! And then it just goes away.
That'd be kind of hard to tell if it's a ghost or not, because gas are already ghostly.
Right? You'd freak the crap out.
Yeah, definitely. You would. Well, that's the one you probably wouldn't be able to tell there for a minute. But I was going to say, like, the lore of the Wither could really expand on this. You know what I mean? Like, what makes you spawn this Wither? You know, you got soul sand and you put heads on it. What makes you do that? Well, because when you walk across it, you know, you have a Wither ghost come out. You know, because you know there's a soul inside the sand already. It's came out. You see it. And that's when you put it together and you kind of bring the sand to life, which makes a Wither. It kind of gives it a little lore. Sounds cool.
Anything to add more story into Minecraft's a win in my book.
I agree.
But if you don't have anything to add on, we're at the end of our show.
Yeah, I'm surprised we got here, actually.
I am too. I think it's been a pretty good show, though.
Yeah, we had a lot of cool ideas.
Yeah. So before you read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreons who are supporting the show. Our milk level Patreons are Obni, Croc, Stonefigure, the official CCL, Viperous Tuna. I always about mess your name up. I'm so sorry. And YDYT. If you too would like to get access to the exclusive benefits and hours of extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect.
And if you like the show, you can share it with all your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, follow us. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you would like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He makes sure the show ends up where it should be and not trapped in soul sand. The amazing music you hear in the intro and outro is created by the one and only Decoy. Everybody's social media info can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.